Well, Brand South Africa calls on South Africans to play their part in protecting the country in line with the constitutional values. The violent demonstrations that are ravaging communities cannot continue. They've culminated in criminal acts leading to the loss of lives and livelihood. Property is being destroyed. Businesses are being looted, and essential activities meant to service the most vulnerable have been destroyed. To explore this further, we're joined from Brand SA by Thandi Tobias. Thanks so very much for being with us. Welcome to the show. I mean, we say, Sis Thandi, that, people, this is not how we are. I heard the president yesterday, in fact, saying this is not us as South Africans. This is not how we are as South Africans. Let's talk then about, how this then does really look about South Africa. I mean, just after the president spoke, I saw some people on Twitter saying, well, maybe this is us. Maybe the fact that we've ignored so much of our society that we've not paid attention to, that these are that they are trying to show that, you haven't been paying attention to us, and now we're being forced to kind of pay attention. And I wonder what that picture paints out there.
Thank you very much, and thanks to your viewers. And also thanks to the President for sending a very strong message to South Africans. Indeed, this is not us. South Africans are a very humid society. It's a society that is being guided by the principles of Ubuntu. Therefore, we are a nation that has always respected one another. But we understand the frustrations that South Africans must be feeling currently, because of many various reasons. But this is totally not us. South Africans tolerate society. Therefore, South Africans can do better. Therefore, we can never encourage violence. We as Brand South Africa always ensure that we have social cohesion. Therefore, we respect one another's property. And therefore, we call upon South Africans to heed the call of the President and respect one another and be able to raise issues at a correct platform that they always do.
Yeah. I mean, how are we supposed to be handling this situation at this time? I mean, it's, I always worry when we have these conversations around Brand South Africa that we're being a little bit tone deaf in respect to the fact that at the end of the day, we have a huge chunk of South Africans who might not be feeling part of this beautiful brand that, you speak of, that might be feeling as though they're undercut and that the rest of South Africa is not really caring about them. I mean, this is what the story is at the end of the day really painting for us, is it not? The fact that we have a large part of our society which feels at this time they feel emboldened to behave the way that because they've been treated the way that they've been treated in the country. I mean, how else are we supposed to get behind it and sort of fix this situation? We can paint all these beautiful pictures that we want about South Africa, but for the mere fact that if it seems as though we're not caring for, and I say this with caution, if we're not caring about the bottom of our society, then we're not as great as we think we are as Brand South Africa. And maybe this might be a lesson then for us. And what is that lesson, and what do we do moving then forward, Ms. Thandi?
Yes, South Africans has always respected the constitutional values enshrined in our constitution since 1994. They are able to demonstrate. They've got a right to demonstrate. They petition Parliament. They raise their views from different platforms. And that's the constitutional values that we have upheld since 1994. That's why South Africans will march, will strike, and will be able to raise their opinions publicly and honestly and in a robust manner. But above all that, we need to understand that those values comes with responsibilities, meaning that we cannot allow a situation where there's anarchy, a misguided or taken cover as constitutional rights, because constitutional rights does not mean vandalism, does not mean destruction of property. And South Africa has always been a brand to envy in the whole world, because we have been an exemplary nation in terms of the type of constitution we have in place, which give people a right to demonstrate, to air their frustrations. But it can never be a constitutional value when there is destruction of property. And let's also be honest about what is happening in South Africa. What is happening currently is not happening in the entire country. It might be certain places, key cities, but there are South Africans that are saying, you cannot do this in our name. And we also need to listen to that voice. The voice that might not be in the public space, not on television, but the voice that says we'll protect our property as South Africans. We are willing to make sure that we are not going to lose jobs. We will make sure that our brothers and sisters' future is secured. That voice is not shown in the public discourse. And you cannot, therefore, based on these activities, say this is a majority voice or behavior of South Africans. Therefore, South Africans in majority are saying, let's protect our jobs, let's protect our property. We will be able to go to the drawing board and look at the issues that are being raised, because they are saying you cannot protect corruption. You cannot say in the name of corruption or in the name of malfeasance, we will destruct our property. That's not the general view of South Africans.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people talking about, investors, investment. I mean, what happens to that? Whether or not, our image can recover from this. Some want to think that it would. I mean, if we could recover from the ugliness of apartheid, for example, I mean, surely we can also recover from this. But I think the question then after that is, what will it then take for that road to recovery to begin? And it's difficult to say that now, I suppose, as we're looking at the visuals even at the moment of the continued looting. We're right in the middle of it. It's not as though we're out of it and that we can start to have a plan. But maybe you can give us an idea of how we will be able to revive this Brand SA.
Actually, I'm going to say something that might puzzle you. There's an opportunity cost with what is happening. There's a positive spin to it.
Interesting.
Because for the first time, South Africans will speak about what encourages people to loot, what encourages people when they're having a grievance to resort on violent behavior. And I can tell you now, the opinions of South Africans are starting to shape. It's a defining moment. South Africans are saying, we cannot be violent every time we want our opinion to be heard. That's a positive spin. It says to you today, South Africans are getting tired of those who resort to violent activities when they want to raise their opinions. That's the first positive outcome from this. The second positive outcome will be a chance for South Africans to speak to the commanding heights of our economy. They will be able to say, we need to deal away with poverty. We should all come on board. It is not only the responsibility of government, but even the private sector to come on board to create more jobs so that we can all eradicate poverty. So it's got a positive. South Africans will reflect after this. And when they do that, they will come with positive messages. And I can assure you they've done that during apartheid. They were able to come with social cohesion. Today, we are a rainbow nation, but today we will be able to talk about owning the economy of the country, all of us. Therefore, sad as it looks, gloomy as it looks, but in the long term, there will be positiveness that comes out of that. There will be a debate, there will be an engagement, there will be a reflection.
Yeah. All right. Thandi, thank you so much for giving us your time, ma'am. We appreciate it. Thandi Tobias from Brand SA talking about how we can revive the brand South Africa after this experience. And certainly we are right in the midst of it, aren't we?